This is a planting of our native elderberry. This is Sambucus nigra subspecies Cerulean. They used to be called Sambucus mexicana. And this was planted alongside the edge of this field. The whole way along the edge are these native plants, and some are taking really well. Here we have a Mallocothemnus. This is a bush mallow, part of the Malvaceae family. It's got these really nice, super fuzzy leaves. Oh yeah, super fuzz. Can use that like marshmallow. Here we've got a little Arctostaphylos, that's a manzanita. Got another elderberry. Got a little yucca there. It's a native yucca. Coffee berry. This is an adenostoma with a little datura popping up. Basically, all of these plants are native plants that would grow either in the sage scrub or the chaparral ecosystems. And so they have staggered these plants. And the Sage Country Herbs Field Apprenticeship, we actually help them with planting. They staggered these plants. Now, some of these plants may not look like they're super healthy, but we're going into fall, and that's a time of dormancy where most of the growth of these plants are actually happening underground. So notice, these are all in this row. So this is called a hedgerow. And this is a way of planting native plants at the edge of a farm. And it's actually going to function in a lot of different ways. Here's another elderberry. Oh, here's a nice prickly pear. We got a nice, oh, hello, Salvia apiana. Oh, aren't you beautiful? Oh, and so aromatic. So hedgerows are really, really cool. Oh, and then this is a Salvia, is this a Clevelandii? Oh, I gotta smell it with my other hand. Oh, they're so beautiful. Check out those really nice square stems and the opposite leaves that are two ranked, meaning they go two this way, and then two this way, and then two this way, and two this way. Oh, yeah. This is, an Artemisia californica, and it's actually in full flower. Check that out. They're called inconspicuous flowers. So beautiful. So this hedgerow is serving numerous purposes. Got to identify things as we go by. Here is a sister plant to the last one. This is Artemisia tridentata. Check out the tridentate little teeth at the tip of the leaves. 3 of them. Right next to it we have an Eriogonum fasciculatum. This is our wild buckwheat. Hello, friend. Another sage. Oh, some nice bright blossoms. Okay, so a hedgerow is a wonderful way for farms to bring native plants like this monkey flower. It's actually flowering. Hello, beautiful. Oh, isn't she gorgeous? This brings native plants. And as these, while it doesn't look like it's doing much, these plants are all going to grow up to be shrubs. These are all shrubby plants. So these are all going to grow up to actually be a hedge. And because they're native plants, they will actually bring in native pollinators, which then as they plant the fields, the native pollinators will actually help the farm be able to pollinate all their crops. The native plant hedgerow will also be a windbreak because this area actually gets really, really hot and really dry in the summer. So this will be a windbreak as well. And it will also provide all kinds of food for the native animals in the area, things that they naturally would eat. Oh my goodness, look at this gorgeousness. Look! This is a blue curls. This is a trichostemma. And look at that, it is in full flower. It is so beautiful. These flowers are just my favorite color of that blue purple. And then this foliage is Oh, wow. It is just such a fantastic aromatic. This is also part of the mint family, the Lamiaceae. It does have square stems, so you can see these leaves come out here, and then the next leaves come out here, and then the next leaves come out here. It flowers out of the leaf axils. Notice how the flowers are coming out from where the leaves connect to the stem. These are all things we pay attention to when studying field botany, and these are all native plants, which means that they are going to fit into the field botany characteristics for these plants. There's another white sage, part of our ecosystem of the sage scrub. Here's another sage, probably either Salvia clevelandii or leucophyllum, blue sage or purple sage. We've got a California sagebrush and a wild buckwheat. And just look at that. They are so beautiful. Blue curls. Oh, nice. Here's the red monkey flower. This is Diplacus, formerly mimulus. All monkey flowers used to be mimulus, but now some of them are called Diplacus. Oh, let's see. Oh, here's a nice one. This is Diplacus aurantiacus. They also have some nice aromatics. California sagebrush. Oh, wow, look at that robust white sage. It is just so happy because this is the environment, this is the ecosystem it naturally would grow in. So a hedgerow plays a lot of really vital roles for the farm, for the ecosystem, for the animals, for the insects. And the more that farms recognize that when you can use native plants, you actually are helping, and you can use native plants set up in ways that are going to not only help your crops, but then also recognizing that by including food for your local animals, the native animals that hang out here, you're actually including them in with the whole concept of your farm. When we create environments where we exclude the native environment from what we're trying to create, we end up running into blocks that are really difficult to mitigate around. But when we include our native ecosystems, then we actually end up creating these win-win-win relationships, and that's what Sage Country Herbs does with our local farms. We love Solidarity Farm. So wonderful. Wow, I've never seen a blue curl that looks like that. Wow, look at that. But these, when I see the blue curls in the apprenticeship, it's usually in spring, but all of these plants are being watered because they planted them young, and so they wanted to get them established. And so all these plants are being watered, which means that they're getting enough moisture that they can potentially flower instead of just going dormant for this time of year. Some of these plants actually flower twice a year based on whether they have water or not. So hedgerows are awesome. You know, every once in a while you're going to have a plant that doesn't take, like here. But hedgerows are awesome. They play incredibly vital roles, and I love what Solidarity is doing with incorporating native plants into the design of the farm. So this is part of what Sage Country Herbs does, you know. We create relationships with local farmers, with local farms. We bring students to local farms because we realize that it's the creating of relationships that actually creates the herbalist. Whether you're creating relationships with the herbs themselves, or with the gardeners that grow them, or with the earth that you harvest them from, or the farmers that you are creating relationships with so that you have access. Really, life is about creating relationships, right? It's awesome. Good stuff.